My name is Natalie Cochran, and I work as the Communications Assistant for the Crime Victims Unit with Lone Star Legal Aid. For all of our listeners, Lone Star Legal Aid is a 501c3 nonprofit law firm with 14 offices serving 72 counties in the eastern and Gulf Coast of Texas and 4 counties in southwest Arkansas. The Individual Safety Unit is a specialty unit within Lone Star Legal Aid that provides services to survivors of sexual violence throughout the entire Lone Star service area. Being the 4th largest free legal aid provider in the United States, I would like to take some time to showcase one of our units and the work they do for the community. Today, I have 2 of my colleagues from the Individual Safety Unit. Ladies, will you please introduce yourselves?
Yes, my name is Victoria Smith. I'm an attorney and I'm the project director for the Individual Safety Unit.
My name is Sandra Valerio. I am the managing attorney of the ISU office housed out of Houston.
So ladies, what kind of cases does the Individual Safety Unit work on?
ISU is a unit dedicated to serving the legal needs of low-income sexual violence survivors and their families. We handle a variety of civil cases designed to make the survivor and their families whole in the aftermath of sexual violence. We receive funding through Texas Access to Justice Foundation's Legal Aid for Survivors of Sexual Assault grant, otherwise known as LASA.
Some examples of the legal needs we meet include divorces, custody, protective orders, Title IX cases, protecting survivor privacy, lease terminations following sexual violence, applying for public benefits, crime victim compensation cases, and consumer issues.
What is significant about the population your unit serves?
So Natalie, all of our clients are survivors of sexual violence. Our staff are specifically trained to provide survivor-centered services in a trauma-informed manner. That means that confidentiality, protecting privacy, and empowering the survivor through legal remedies is our priority. Sandra, do you want to add?
Sure. We help survivors and their families. We help survivors of all ages. We provide what we call holistic legal services, which means we take the time to listen to the needs of our survivors in all aspects of life and offer them assistance with legal remedies they may not have known about.
Sandra, can you give me an example?
Yes. So an example of holistic approach to a case would be the client's primary concern, for example, is a divorce. While discussing this issue with the client, it may be disclosed that the client also has a need to find safe housing or to resolve a problem with coerced debt, or they have a privacy concern. We can help them with these additional matters.
What are examples of sexual violence?
So Natalie, the describing or defining sexual violence includes a variety of different type of issues, such as rape, trafficking, incest, child sexual abuse, sexual threats or intimidation, and includes sexual harassment.
Victoria, sexual assault is probably more common than people think. How prevalent is it?
Natalie, according to RAINN, which is the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, 1 out of every 6 American women has survived rape, and 1 out of every 10 men.
Sandra, if a client has not reported the sexual violence to law enforcement, could they still qualify for services through your unit?
Absolutely, Natalie. A large number of our clients have experienced sexual violence, but have never made a police report or any type of report to any agency.
Is a criminal prosecution or the finding of guilt required to qualify for services through your unit?
No. A survivor of a crime still has remedies available to them, even though there may not have been a finding of guilt in a criminal case.
How does your unit meet the needs of non-English speaking survivors?
So, Natalie, we offer free interpreters for our non-English speaking survivors in whatever language they communicate. They are provided with access to interpreters throughout the entire process, from intake to court proceedings to final orders.
Victoria, do you work with other agencies in the community?
Yes, we do. As Sandra mentioned, we provide what we call holistic legal services. Oftentimes, that necessitates a close working relationship with other agencies to help the client. So we work closely with prosecutors' offices, law enforcement, shelters, and other advocacy agencies. Lone Star Legal Aid is also part of a larger statewide network of providers of services to sexual assault survivors.
It's important to work together because we want to reach as many survivors as possible to provide our services, but also to offer a trauma-free, seamless experience for the client.
Government officials have been telling the population to stay at home during this pandemic. Why does the term safer at home not apply to everyone in our current pandemic situation?
So, Natalie, COVID has caused many stressors: financial problems, childcare, health worries. All of these things combined, especially as people are required to stay in close quarters, has led to an increase in violence.
Also, something to think about is that people couldn't escape because they were forced to shelter with the abuser, and there was limited resources available.
So, Victoria, is there an overlap between domestic violence and sexual violence?
Yes, there is. In general, incidents of sexual assault are perpetrated by someone known to the survivor. And in domestic abuse situations, sexual violence is often used as an additional form of control.
So, Victoria, what actions should a sexual violence survivor take if they need assistance during COVID-19?
We recommend that if you've been sexually assaulted, to first go to a safe location and call law enforcement. There are many things that need to be taken into consideration, including safety planning and determining those next steps. And this should be a very individualized process. We want the survivor to know that we are here for them when they are ready to discuss what remedies may be available to them in their personal situation.
People can apply for assistance at Lone Star Legal Aid by calling 1-800-733-8394 or visiting us online. To learn more about us and the services we offer, you can go to our website at www.lonestarlegal.org or follow us on Twitter at LStarLegal or Facebook and Instagram at Lone Star Legal Aid. We also have a sister site offering free resources to victims of crime. You can learn more about the Texas Crime Victim Legal Assistance Network by going to www.texasvictimnetwork.org or following us on Twitter at TXCVLAN.